If you can hear what I'm saying, just say hi, okay? Just give me a sign. I just sent a link to the WhatsApp group so anybody in the WhatsApp group can join us so we can round this shit up, okay? Round everything up. Yesterday I had a podcast. We had the episode of Contrast podcast with the ambassador representing Chakra TV, and we talked about this conflict a lot, you know. That was one of the episodes. That's one of the days you really feel the contrast in the episode. Like we were both disagreeing on almost everything. Yeah, though we agreed on some things, but majority of the things we never agreed on. Like this whole idea of this guy should have just put this thing in a song and a beef. That was what he was pushing, and that making it a beef, okay, making it a beef would have like elevated the rap scene in Cameroon, elevated the Cameroon hip-hop scene, built up the Cameroon music industry. Let me put on my glasses. Okay, Teddy, what's up? Is it okay? Fweedy, what's up? So if anybody watching me, you can say hi, okay? If you're watching me, you can say hi. And I think I was supposed to do a giveaway today. Am I? It was doubling up. Okay. I believe the sound is okay now. It's not repeating itself. All right. Fweedy, you can give me a sign. Anybody watching me right now, you can give me a sign. Okay. If you're watching me right now, give me a sign. I know Fweedy is online watching right now. Let's see. We'll dive into it, okay? We'll dive into the whole topic. Like, there was a debate in the Molytown family group. So if you're not a part of the Molytown family group, there's a link in the description below. You can click the link, join the Molytown WhatsApp group. Lord Junior, what's up? You can click the link in the group and join the WhatsApp group. So from there, you can see all the conversations we've been having, you know, and partake, okay, take part in it. And you can contribute. Even some of the topics we talk about here, you can take part behind the scenes, you know, contribute. Some of the things we talk here, we may have talked about it in the group, so you can have that first-hand information, first-hand gist. Before we have guests, you even know who those guests are, you know, because we even ask the group who should we bring up as guests and all that. So yeah, if you guys can hear what I'm saying, just give me a sign, okay? Because I'm watching the preview right now. Okay, Clancy, what's up? Clancy, what's up? So anybody tuning in right now, I can see everybody. Or shout out everybody. Okay. Yeah. So yesterday I had a conversation on Contrast podcast with the ambassador, and we were talking about this Jovi and Stanley Enow feud, how this feud, he thinks this feud, and we Cameroonians, because most Cameroonians, bloggers, media, fans, everybody have been thinking about that feud and saying this feud has been holding back the Cameroon entertainment industry for so long. Okay, I understand why people may think that way. I understand why everybody is still thinking that way. And what these guys are saying could have been true in a time period. Okay, at one time this thing would have been true, like the collaboration, them working together, them doing a lot, collaborating, doing so many things would have helped to accelerate the growth of the industry at one point in time. Okay, but honestly right now that's no longer the case. So I don't see any reason why most people still see this feud as one of the main things holding back the industry, or causing the rift in the industry, or making the industry what it is right now, or making the industry not as growing as fast as it's supposed to grow. You know, the Jovi came out, like Jovi became a mainstream artist in, let's say, 2011. right? 2011, 2012. That was when Don't Forget came out, right? That was when he blew up. He became a household name, right? Uh, Stanley became a household name in 2012, 2013. That was when Epe came out, right? So towards that time frame, towards that time, both of them controlled the media. Like everything there was them. Like they brought a new perspective into the game. Jovi made Cameroonians realize that rapping in pidgin can actually make you a star in Cameroon. Can actually make a career. You can make a career out of rapping in rapper, right? So fast forward, okay? Fast forward to right now. So many guys, media personnel, everybody online kept saying, okay, these two guys don't want to work together. They are holding back the industry, and the industry at that point in time got divided into two. The guys who want to have the flashy, the personality, and the thing Stanley Enow had. Those guys who wanted to have it, they rushed with Stanley Enow camp, okay? And those guys who wanted to be like the Mboko guys, the lyrical guys, the skillful guys, the guys who will be proud of like art and all this kind of shit, like a movement, a lifestyle, you know, the hood lifestyle. They move with Jovi. So at that point in time, the industry became divided, and these two fractions felt like, okay, these two guys need to come together. He has never had good flows. It's almost like Lil Pump. Lil Pump have never had like good flow. Guys like let's just say Famous Dex has never had good flow, but they still call these guys rappers, okay? Playboy Cardi has never had good flow, but he's still a rapper. So Stanley is a rapper. His genre, the music he came into the game with, is rapping. And Jama Jama Cow, Tumbo Boss, Epe, all these things were rap songs, okay? Even his debut album Soldier Like My Papa, most of the songs in that album were rap songs. He has not been great at rapping, okay? He hasn't had all the bars that Jovi has. He hasn't had the play of words that Jovi has and all these things. But Stanley is a rapper. He came into the game as a rapper. The genre of music he came into the game as was rap, okay? So GK, Stanley, to me, right from the onset, is a rapper, and the style when he came into the game as a rapper, that genre of music and that style of music work a lot than what he's doing right now. It actually worked more than what he's actually doing right now. So when the industry got divided, all right, these personnel wanted these two guys to come together and do like a collaborative song that will make the industry, that will create a smash hit the way Mr. Leo and Loco did when they came in to support it. Okay, but that never happened. This thing kept escalating. This rift kept getting wider and wider and wider, kept opening up. Yeah, that's the thing most guys liked about Stanley, his flashy side. Okay, that's the personality. That's the thing that pulled most of his fans towards him. The flashy. It wasn't his musical skills. It was his personality and the flashy style. That was it. Okay, those were the things he had. So everybody wanted him. He had the movement at that time. He had the support of these guys like the Davidos at that time, of the Ice Prince. At that time, Ice Prince was a shit in Africa. Like Ice Prince and Sarkodie were the men in Africa, and Stanley had collaboration with both of those guys. You understand? So everybody was saying like, if Jovi do if he had done a collaboration with Stanley at that point in time, it would have changed the Cameroon entertainment industry, or maybe shed the light on the Cameroon entertainment industry, so that when everybody think of Cameroon entertainment industry right now, because Stanley is linked to most of these heavy hitters in Nigeria, Tanzania, Kenya, and all these places, when an idea of Cameroon music come to their mind, Stanley is the poster kid, like the face of it. Which to some guys, that's not a great representation of the industry. So me too, that's not a great representation of the industry, okay? So they wanted Jovi to collaborate with him to add the skill he had to the flashiness Stanley had. That never happened, okay? So this rift have been going on for 8 to 9 years. Yeah, almost a decade, and so many guys are still thinking These two guys should have just made this conflict open by making it a direct beef or putting it on these songs to make it to create big these songs between it. That would have helped the industry, would have instead divided the industry more. That's one thing. But they thought these guys would have made something out of this conflict by making it a hit song, by making disses at each other. Mind you, these guys have been doing it, okay? They have been doing subliminal disses, like this song he did, I think it's King Kong. I don't know, the song with DJ Neptune. The whole bar, that song was aimed at Jovi, okay? For most guys who want somebody to call their names or to call names, Stanley diss the way Drake diss. Drake don't call your name, but if you can relate to the bars, if the bars are aimed at you or your fans know these bars are aimed at you, you pick it up, okay? If the shoe fits, okay, or if the hat fits, you know. So most of those bars were aimed at Jovi. Jovi also have been doing some subliminal disses at Stanley too, like in Cash, like in Epuikwa, okay? In so many songs, Jovi have been doing that at Stanley. And there's one thing Jovi also said. He said he has had so many comebacks, and Stanley has had just when he blew up with Epe and that whole wave, that movement when he died down. Okay, Jovi has had when he came up with Don't For Quad, that was when he blew up to the scene. He has come back with Bastard. He has come back with Cash. He has come back with Epuikwa. He has come back with Motion. Like, he has had so many comebacks. Yeah, we give him that. Okay, he keep reinventing himself, coming back. But recently, Stanley just had one comeback feature with TZ Panchak and Loco, the My Way song. To be honest, when that song comes to my mind, the names that come to my mind is TZ Panchak and Loco. To prove that's what most Cameroonians or most people who listen to that song, to prove that was what was the case. Okay, he had a big song, but that wasn't a comeback for him. To prove that wasn't a comeback for him, when he did a remix of that song with Ariel Shine and Diamond Platinum, it flopped. It didn't do half of what the Loco and TZ Panchak collaboration did to the song. It didn't do even half of it. So that's just proved the idea that when most guys think about that song, they just think about TZ Panchak and Loco, not Stanley. Though Stanley had the song. He had a big song that wasn't a comeback. So fast forward to now, the reason I'm saying we shouldn't be overrating this conflict between them is that most guys said Stanley Enow and Jovi are the gatekeepers. They are the OGs, the guys standing at the door. Them not reconciliating or fixing whatever they have going on keep the industry stagnant or keeping it where it's at right now. That's false, okay? Because this thing has been going on for 9 years, and within the time frame of 9 years, we've had, let's go way back, the way they have been breaking through, right? We've had Magasco broke through. We've had Loco has broken through. We've had I'm trying to go as time move forward. We've had Malox broke through. We've had Franco broke through and fade away. We've had I've called Malox. And as for the ladies, we've had Renis, though Renis is from the Jovi camp. We've had Daphne. We have Nabila now, we have Mimi now, we have Tenor now, we have Kosi now, we have TZ Panchak now. We have so many guys. And the ideology, the mindset of these guys who kept saying Jovi and Stanley Enow should squash the beef so they can push Cameroon to the next level is these guys have the co-sign and the appreciation of guys like Yusufa, who are big African names. Stanley Enow has this co-sign of guys like Davido and all these guys who are big African names, you know, that if these two guys squash their beefs, you propagate or push these two camps to these sites and put the Cameroon music on the map. The reason I'm saying that thing is outdated, there was one moment in time when these two guys blew up, that thing would have been a reality and it would have worked out the way these guys did think. Right now, that I don't think that thing is even a reality. I don't think it's even necessary for them to even squash the beef, because these two guys are grown-ass men. They have a problem. If they don't want to squash it right now, I don't even care if they squash it or not. Okay, for example, Jovi did a collaboration with Ambe. That song never did anything. The time when these guys had the power to actually use their collaboration to influence the game or bring up more guys has passed. These two guys now are just, let's just consider them legends. In a light way, legends, or slightly You know, these guys have had their time, they've passed their time, and yeah, right now I don't think they can influence the industry drastically the way they could when they were at like their peak. You know, so I'm saying all this to say the bloggers, the influencers, the guys who have a voice in the industry, who keep driving the reconciliation between these two guys, saying it is creating a rift in the industry. It may be creating a rift in the industry because the Cameroon hip-hop scene, all these guys are offsprings of these two guys. The flashiness and the lifestyle is the same thing everybody felt like when they watched Air for the first time. Like that. Mami Bakala, Mami Nyanga Ruja left course. The way he was flexing on that song, having a Chrysler and all that. All this, the flashiness and the way you see Cameroon rappers doing their video now they are emulating that. And the skill you hear for somebody like a Kiko, a Cleo Grey, and all these guys, and the rap style you hear from these guys who are lyrical and doing all these things, that's Jovi. So the rap scene, these guys are offsprings of these two guys. Okay? These guys are offsprings of these two guys. But the collaboration between the two of them right now, I don't see any impact that will have on the industry right now. Like drastically making the industry, because they say the reason Cameroon industry, that's the whole conversation. The reason Cameroon industry hasn't gone international, music industry, is because these two guys are holding the industry back. Jovi at this point in time isn't doing collaboration with the younger generation is because, let me not say it's because, one, I don't know why. So based on the collaborations he has had with the guys from his camp and the influence those collaborations have had with the guys from his camp from recent years, they haven't been that effective. The one with Shishaku, the one with Tata. When he was at his prime, when he just had Man Pass Man and Done for Quad, he had Check Sense. That was when he brought in Pascal. That's why I said the time when these guys could have done something that would have helped the industry has passed. That would have helped the younger generation has passed. All the guys, the younger guys Stanley Enow has had collaborations with, up to like these few guys he has had collaborations with, unknown guys. Those songs never did anything to those guys' career. To be honest. Same thing with Jovi. The time has passed. So even if Jovi doesn't collaborate, the reason he doesn't want to collaborate with this younger generation is because maybe he still feel like the resentment of when he supported Stanley, when Stanley came up, he still feel like, okay, that's how the entire industry is. If he supports you, you would you disrespect him at the end, or when you blow up, or when you do all that. I just believe that's just what I think. It may not be true, but that's just how I view it. He may think, and that's one of the reasons he still view himself as the chief of everything, the top dog, and in every scenario, in every case. Okay, that's just what I think. He still thinks the same support he gave Stanley Enow, like spoiled support from Jovi for everybody coming down the line, from every generation coming down the line. That's why if you have to collaborate with Jovi, you're working with him, you belong to his camp. I'm just giving my own point of view of how I view it, based on the track record, based on what this whole conflict has played out to be. Okay, yeah, so I don't know if you guys have any question. If you guys don't have any question, I think we'll have to end it here today. So we should stop overrating these guys influencing the industry right now, because they don't. The guys who have the influence to change the industry right now, you have Kosi, Loco, Blanche Bailey. I kept calling those names and I left out Blanche Bailey, who just recently had a song with Franco. Alright, so we have Blanche Bailey. We have so many names right now who can take the industry to the next stage. These guys are they had their moments, they had their time, they've moved past their prime. Okay, unless they have another comeback, they will say, even if they have another comeback right now, those comebacks, like Jovi has had 5 comebacks. Okay, he has had 5, and we can all confirm to that 5. okay, with all the songs he had during that period. But currently, these guys are not in this at the gate of making Cameroon entertainment industry global or international. There are other guys in the game right now playing the same ball game. That slowly we see that these guys are gradually integrating the Cameroon music scene with other music scene. It may be mainly French Africa at the moment, but slowly we are getting into the English African side. Slowly. With somebody like Kosi, trust me, when Kosi's album drop, or most of these guys, when their album drop, you realize that, okay, these guys have really been working towards this side of developing the influence in the English African section. These two guys, even if they collaborate with Michael Jackson right now, I don't believe that collaboration will help anything for Cameroon. Because if an artist in Cameroon can collaborate with Davido and it does nothing, that song, even for the artist, that song did nothing for him. So I don't see any kind of collaboration that person will do with anybody in Cameroon that will actually help the industry or even the person. The Cameroon entertainment industry right now needs marketing, networking, and the fresh guys who have the scene right now, who have the flag right now, the collaboration between them and other artists to take the industry to the next level. That's what we should be focusing on right now. Not these two guys always making it feel like these two guys are holding back the industry. These two guys not collaborating is keeping the industry at the same spot and all that. This industry has drastically changed from when these two guys came out, from when the feud started, and from what it is now. The Cameroon industry has drastically changed. The change is not as visible as what we feel or we see in Nigeria, or we see with Tanzania, or we see with South Africa. But trust me, from 2011-12 till now, the Cameroon entertainment industry has changed in every aspect. Quality of music, quality of videos, the amount of songs we have now on Trace. Come on, going even #1 on Trace, because Manibela has been #1, Numerica has been #1, Kosi has been #1, Jovi has been #2, I think. Stanley has been like currently Averojas has been #1. We've had so many guys. We get so many Afrima nominations now, even though Stanley still keep getting nominated for Afrima Award. Another Afrima Award is the only thing that most guys keep saying. Stanley has that collaborate like that. Listen, award shows are acknowledgements. Like most guys, you need to be in a certain room, a certain pocket. To show you that award shows are just like you need to be in a certain room, certain pocket, and know certain guys to be nominated. Kendrick Lamar has 2 Grammy nominations this year. 2. What did Kendrick do this year? Feature on a Baby Kim song. What did that song do? That song didn't even go #1. You understand? So I don't see all these awards, especially Afrima, that has to do with when you're in bed or when you're friends with these heavy hitters or some big names in the industry, or when you have some link to them. Having those nominations validate the amount of influence you have is wrong. It doesn't. Okay? So when you keep doing the work, the numbers will show it, the influence will show it, and the awards are just extra bonuses. They are just validations that, okay, you've been so exceptional that these guys can refuse or these guys can negate your growth. That's just an award. Okay? So thank you guys for tuning in. It was fun talking to you guys, and thank you GK for participating. Thank you Bozito. Yep. Thank you Bozito. Thank you Feud and Lord Junior Clancy. Thank you everybody who tuned in today. It's your boy Liby, and